Hey guys, welcome to the Rug Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Aryan Devachi. I'm really excited to be here today and to kick things off. I wanted to start the show off by first of all giving a big shout out to my wife, Megan, for inspiring me and pushing me to get this show up and running. A little bit of background about the show and how this whole thing came about. I've been involved in the rug business for over 20 plus years and have operated my business, The Rug Finder. And through this process, I've worked with some incredibly talented interior designers. I've had access to CEOs, executive, entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes, ultra successful business owners. And through this journey, I've had some really amazing conversations over rugs. And I thought, what better way to bring this thing full circle where we create this podcast and we can create a session of being creative and have some fun storytelling, inspire people, motivate people, and have fun with it. So that's the background of the show. I'm excited to have our very first episode started off and kicked off with, not only is she an incredibly talented interior designer, I consider her a close friend. She has a wonderful list of accolades that I can't wait to tell you guys all about. Jean has been included in the House Beautiful list of top designers in America multiple times after being selected to the House Beautiful list of 25 top young designers in America. She was recently included in the 2024 Lux Magazine Gold List, which is, Jean, fantastic.
Thank you.
Her work has been published in numerous prestigious publications, including House Beautiful, Elle Decor, California Home and Design, C Magazine, San Francisco Magazine, Decorating Spaces, European Home and Garden, Paper City, 7x7, San Francisco Chronicle. Her recently completed ground-up construction project in Pebble Beach, which was featured on the cover of Lux Magazine in December. Now, I got to say, guys, I saw this project firsthand. It is a knockout. This is an amazing project. She has also spoken on topics of design at the San Francisco Design Center, the Pacific Design Center in Los Angeles, the CCA, the San Francisco Mart, and the Citibank Smith Barney. After teaching a class for the UC Berkeley Interior Design program entitled Layers of Luxury, Creating Your Own Style, she was invited to become a member of the UC Berkeley Design Advisory Council. Her recent work includes a number of residential and commercial projects from San Francisco to New York City. A high-profile list of residential projects include private homes in San Francisco, Pacific Heights, Presidio Heights, SoMa, with projects in Napa, St. Helena, again, a project that I physically have seen. It is stunning, Hillsburg, and Pebble Beach. She's especially proud of refreshing the interiors of a private club located on a full city block in San Francisco. It is with great pleasure and great honor to have my good friend, Jean Larette from Larette Design, join us on our very first podcast of Rock Talk. Jean, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Aryan. I'm delighted to be here.
Absolutely. So this being our very first podcast that we're doing, it's special too because we've had a long history. I've worked with you on a number of different projects and I've had the pleasure of seeing all your projects come to fruition and just see your work. It's remarkable.
Well, it's been so much fun to collaborate with you on a number of collections that we've created. The city collection, the collection for Dongia, the private homes that we've done custom rugs for. It's always a delight to work with you.
Absolutely. So I wanted to get the show started. You know, like I said, part of this show is to, let people know about you, how you started, how you got into the business of interior design. So, please let us know, how did you get started and how did you become an interior designer?
Well, I was living in Los Angeles. We had purchased a house at the top of the hill in Malibu, and I started to purchase a lot of antiques, and I wanted to learn more about what I was purchasing. So I enrolled in the design program at UCLA, and once I completed that course, completed the house, friends came over and said, I love what you've done. Will you help me with my house? And so it really grew very organically. And then shortly thereafter, House Beautiful featured one of my projects, and I was put on their list of top young designers, and it really took off from there.
What an amazing story. I mean, I'm very entrepreneurial, and when I hear stories like this, I just love it because you literally created something that you were passionate about, and you made a successful business out of it. So hats off to you for sure. What inspires you to be creative in your designs?
I think my number one inspiration is travel. I'm a part of the Design Leadership Network that every year we have a summit in a different city, whether it be Berlin, Copenhagen, Marrakesh, somewhere really interesting around the world. We've been to Rome, Mexico City most recently, and we'll have members of the design community come and speak to us, whether they be fashion, hotel design. When we were in Rome, the designer of the Ferrari came to speak to us. I mean, it just all aspects of design, and it's really inspiring. And a lot of private homes are opened up to us that we get to tour. So I think by traveling, going to museums, fashion shows, the Maison et Objet show in Paris, which is it's one of the best trade shows in the world. I go to that every January. So just kind of really keeping up with what's going on, I think, is an inspiration.
Amazing. I had a firsthand experience seeing your magic eye in the works. So we did a project with each other not too long ago.
Yes.
And after we had completed showing the client rugs, your magic eye took full effect. And literally by moving a few pieces of furniture in the span of maybe 10 minutes, you completely transformed this room where I just stood back and I said, wow, I could really see some incredible work just happening right before my eyes. So
it was really so much fun because actually when I entered into the space, it felt so off balance, but it could be easily rebalanced. We moved a couple of pieces of art that were kind of hidden behind sofas. We rearranged pieces that were existing. We edited a bit, but it completely changed the feel in the room. Completely. And then your gorgeous rug going down was the icing on the cake was just perfect. Perfect way to anchor the room.
It was, and it was a very fun project. I enjoy working on that with you.
Thank you.
So you said that you get inspired by your travels. So you recently just got back from your trip to Paris.
Yes.
Please, let me know how that was, because that seemed like an incredible. I saw your pictures you posted on Instagram, and it was just fantastic. So please, how was the trip?
Well, it was all surrounding the Maison et Objet show, which is home and objects. So that's the main reason everyone comes to Paris every January. And then there's also Paris Deco Off at the same time, which is all the fabric houses are introducing their new collections of fabric. And a lot of the vendors are very excited that such a big contingent of American designers are coming that they've started to host different events. And one of my favorite, a really good friend of mine, Jun Ho, who's a furniture and fabric designer, he hosts an event. This was the 4th annual soiree in Paris. One year it was at Versailles. It was a private dinner for 125 people with our own fireworks, and we had the Hall of Mirrors. We had the whole museum to ourselves. Fun. It was magical. And this year they hosted it at the Louis Vuitton Foundation Museum, designed by Frank Gehry. And we had a private viewing of the new Rothko exhibition, which is 115 of his works and spread over 11 galleries, and a seated dinner with a band. And it was absolutely amazing, beautiful. Amazing. Yes. So that was one of the events that went on. And also while there, we went to the Dior gallery to see the latest exhibition there. Went to Napoleon and Josephine's house, Maison, outside of Paris. I mean, there's so much to see. There was, at the Museum of Decorative Arts, there was a fashion exhibition of Iris van Herpen's beautiful new collection. I mean, there was so much to see that I left and there was still about a week's worth of...
You didn't want to come home.
I could have kept going. And then also the things that you always do when you're in Paris, you go to the flea market and visit all the, favorite galleries. Yeah.
Was there one experience that sort of stuck with you through this trip?
I would say it was probably the event at the Louis Vuitton Foundation.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was fun.
Yeah. Really magical.
Well, you recently had a really great few months towards the end of the year, and I got to congratulate you. You recently made the gold list on Luxe Magazine. That was a really special moment, and your project that you did on Pebble Beach was on the cover of Luxe Magazine. So please share that experience with me.
Well, I think one of the things I'm the most proud of, I love this project. It was ground up, and the client really didn't want to bring anything with her from her home that they had been in for many years in Atherton. This was all going to be all new, and working with a great architect, Richard Beard, and a great team of people, you being included. We created custom rugs for the living room, the dining room, all throughout the house. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I feel really, with every project that we start, once we have the rug in place, it really, to me, it anchors the whole project. And it was such a joy to work on this project and then to photograph it. And we actually were photographing it during a storm. There was a giant storm down in Pebble Beach. The power had been down for 3 days. There were trees under. But for some reason, the day that we got there, the sun came back on.
Wow.
Back out. The power went on because at first, when we first arrived, we had to, open the gate by hand. Anyway, everything fell in place. We shot from the morning till the evening, got all of our shots. And as we were driving away, it started raining again. So sometimes you
magical.
Everything going your way.
I'm a big believer. You put it out there and you see what happens. Like I said, it's a remarkable project. I saw it firsthand. We worked on it together. But look, to make the cover of the magazine, guys, this is a pretty big deal. This is a fantastic honor, Jeff. I'm really proud of you. Amazing job. And on top of that, to take it to the next level, you made the Lux magazine gold list. Fantastic. That's such a great honor, and I'm so honored to work with you and see your projects firsthand. It's really amazing.
Thank you so very much.
And in this industry, it's not easy to get these accolades, and you have done it. So congratulations.
Thank you. This is one of my favorite magazines. They publish 6 times a year. They choose 3 projects per issue. We have 10 pages, a lot of double page spreads in this story. And I'm so thrilled to have worked with the team at Lux as well.
They're fantastic.
Fantastic.
They're fantastic.
The layouts, the quality of the paper. I'm really proud of having this featured in Lux.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's really, really great. So, you've done a lot of projects. Where's one place in the world you would love to have a full-scale project like the one you did in Pebble Beach? Anywhere in the world. Where would be the...
I've been thinking about this question, and there's so many great areas in the world. I would love to do a project along the California coastline. And I think that I'm at a point in my career now that it's more, not as much where the project is located as the people I'd be working with. As long as the people are really fun to work with, they have an idea of what they'd like done, and there's a mutual respect and trust between the designer and the client. The house could be anywhere. But I really... I love my Northern California clients, and I love working. I would love to do something along the coastline.
That's right. You mentioned working with good clients, and somebody that's on the same page, and how it flows. I think it's those projects that when you do have that magic recipe with the right team, you get a result like this, because it really does showcase itself perfectly at the end.
It's really true. And you create your best work when you have clients where you're all on the same page.
Absolutely. We all hope for that.
I know. It's really...
we all like those.
Yes.
So, Jake, part of the podcast that we're doing at Rock Talk, we're doing a rapid round of questions. This has just made something fun for our guests to get a chance to learn a little bit more about you in a fun way. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you 10 rapid questions. Okay. And you give it to me as they come.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
All right. So favorite place you visited and why?
It would be the south of France. And it would be Antibes. And there's a hotel there called the Hotel du Cap that I think is the most glamorous hotel in the world. It is stunning. I love it.
That's fantastic. So there's a book that my daughter has, and that hotel is actually in that book.
Yes, so. It is just magical.
If you have to choose a shot of vodka or a shot of tequila?
Tequila.
Tequila?
Dahlia. Tequila.
That's fantastic.
It's really smoky and fantastic. Yeah, Dahlia for sure.
All right. Favorite rug? Antique, transitional, modern, and why?
I would have to say, speaking to you, a custom rug that we designed together, that with our own color pods and really tailoring it to the client's needs in the particular room where it's going to go. I think creating a custom design, custom rug, custom color with you is my favorite.
Oh, that's great. Actually creating custom rugs, there's a satisfaction behind it, right?
Because there is.
It comes from basically this idea, and you pick the colors, you pick the patterns. I got to actually mention this one story that just came to my mind. You had actually showed me a design once, and I said, Jean, where did you come up with this design? And you said, Arjen, through one of my travels, I saw this gate that I thought would be fantastic to put as a design of a rug. And that rug did really well.
Yes.
And it's so true that
was from our city collection. I had seen a gate in Paris. So we had one from Paris, one from Belgium, one from every city I had traveled to that year. And we made a collection around it. That was really delightful.
It was very fun. All right. Favorite sport to watch or play?
Well, I think we're so blessed in the Bay Area that we have football, basketball, and baseball all being really great stadiums to watch them in. But I would say 49ers.
Watch the 49ers play.
Football, yes.
All right. Favorite music?
I like music you can sing to in the car. I love, I would say I like Dua Lipa. Yeah.
So on your ride down to the studio today, you're listening to? I
was actually listening to a book on tape.
You've actually turned me on to a couple of different books that I've listened to, so I can see that.
Yes.
All right. Favorite car?
Aston Martin.
Aston Martin. Great choice. All right. Poker, backgammon, pool, or ping pong? Pool.
Yes.
All right. Summer or winter?
I would say summer, but for travel, I prefer spring or fall.
Okay. And favorite book and why?
That would have to be The Covenant of Water that I read this summer, written by Abraham Farisi.
Okay.
He is both a doctor and a teacher at Stanford, and he was part of the Sonoma Authors Fair. It's set in India in 1910 through 1970. It is 900 pages.
Oh my God!
It is the most exquisite book, and Oprah put it on her list of favorite all-time books that she's ever read. It is so many. As soon as you complete the book, you want to start it again.
Really?
It's just a gorgeous book.
So you read it or you listened to it?
I listened to it. I did 30 hours.
Wow.
Yes.
That's something.
And he reads it.
Oh my God. So the author reads the book?
Yes.
That's great. And our last question, coffee or tea?
So you know what? I don't drink either one. So I have to be water or juice.
Water or juice.
So sorry. I don't drink coffee.
That's fine. Well, Jean, it's been a pleasure. I wanted to, again, thank you for taking the time and being on the very first episode of the Rug Talk podcast. I look forward to more projects with you and just flourishing our friendship. And again, I really appreciate you spending time and coming out.
My pleasure.
Please let people know how they can find you, how they can get a hold of you,
okay,
and to learn a little bit more about your business at Larette Design.
Okay, and I'm on Instagram at Jean Larette, and my website is jeanlarette.com.
Sounds good, guys. And we're going to have all those links at the bottom of the page, so please make sure you follow Jean and her work. Again, Jean, thank you so much for coming today. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you, Ariane. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much.
Hey guys, thanks for joining in on another episode of the Rug Talk podcast. Make sure to follow us on our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Looking forward to bringing you guys more content and interviews. Till next time, cheers.